started thinking, what is it that I have in common with Don't Quit? And many of you, if you would see some of my interviews during the time I was in my professional career, and people used to ask me, what's your favorite song? And I used to always say, I wish I could sing, but I have enough of my friends out here who can sing. So anyway, my favorite song used to be Ruk Jana Nahi, or I still remember that. It's kind of a song that I always remember whenever I see a speed breaker, whenever I see a wall, whenever I see something which is not working out as per the plan. And clearly, almost on a regular basis, I talk to the students and they ask me a question, how do you find a purpose in life? They ask me a question at 16 or 17 or 18, how do you make a career choice? Some of them would come and ask me, what if I fail? And some of them would actually come and share that their parents do not understand their passion. And maybe I didn't have that choice. When I was growing up, that there were only a few tags, engineer, doctor, whatever. So I think many of you who have the same opportunity to talk to the people or the youngsters, I'm sure you have your own way of communicating, but I can only say from my perspective, I like to ask a question. What is it that keeps you so excited that you would stay awake the night? I didn't know the answer till they said gaming. So I said, let's go a little one step forward. I didn't realize that there was a whole industry called gaming, but that's okay. We'll come back to that one. And similarly, somebody asked me another question. How to become unique? Now, my definition of unique has always been that a unique is either somebody who's eccentric or somebody who's erratic, or unique is somebody, who is what they say a close, the closest you can be to a genius is you can as well be a mad guy. So I didn't want to tell them that, that does not make you unique. But what makes you unique is clearly the audience out here, clearly the people out here. The people that I have met, whether it is Alkaji as an educationist, you as a singer, you as a social worker and author, we saw the next time I ever see a yellow color, I will think of the space lady. So she was so beautiful in yellow. And so we have come across, 9 million followers, Kanika, the role model, as a model. So thank you, all of you guys out here, because you have answered that question to all the kids who asked the same question, what will make you unique or what will differentiate you and what is it that you need to follow? How do you find your own passion? I think all of you have that answer. All I can request you is, please allow yourself to remember. I was one of the few people on social media who stood up and said, give me one successful person. Give me one Virat Kohli. Give me one person who has achieved success and who has not continued with that success, who has not worked 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. And, again, I think there is a lesson out there. If you are passionate, if you want to set that goal for yourself that you're going to get 10 million followers or 9 million followers, I mean, you would have to do a little bit extra, a little more. It's the same way we came here. We have seen the MPS out here being featured on that space mission. We saw MPS being on those, gold medal lists of the Commonwealth Games or on the Paralympics. I mean, it wouldn't have happened if this was just one more certificate shop. Because when people are developing into that academic, that 100% that we read, it only means they are also working that 70 hours, and that's what makes them successful. So I can only again repeat a few mantras. The few mantras is whenever you have a doubt, ask for help. And that implies to people at my age also, because you never ever succeed alone. There is no Virat Kohli who does not need a coach, and he needs a coach every day. Number two, opportunities come. I'm only using cricket because many of you have all watched this youngster from UP who plays for my favorite team, Rajasthan Royals, score that double century today. What did he do when he was not playing cricket? He was selling Pani Puri in Bombay. Now look at that person, that Jaiswal, that young kid of 22 years, today wrote history. One of them is you. So follow your passion and go for that coaching. Ask your teachers. They're all there to help you. Number three, that you don't succeed. It's a team which succeeds. So while Jaiswal may have scored the double century, there must be a parent who sacrificed. There must be a coach who picked him up. There must have been a team which encouraged him. So it's a teamwork that succeeds. And if you remember that, maybe one of these days you will be invited to give a TED talk. So all I can say is things that have worked for me is exponential thinking. When people said 1x, my question always is, why not 10x? And why do you say this? I mean, do you think a Facebook would have been born? Do you think a Google would have been born and an Apple would have been born if the people out there were not asking that question 10x? Look at Reliance. When they built the biggest refinery in the world, I mean, what was the competitive advantage? I mean, was there crude out there? Was there a market in Jamnagar? Nothing. You get crude from everywhere in the world, you refine it, and refinery, if you think is manpower intensive, no. I visited that refinery 10 years ago, and I asked the people out there, how many employees do you have? They said about 300 people. Whereas in Tech Mahindra, I had 160,000 people, and I just retired on 19th of December. Now think about it. 300 versus 160,000 people. Now, today, that refinery is not only successful, but it has created a plethora of businesses around it because of that word called exponential thinking. So I think I can go on, but one of the posters that I noticed when I was walking in out here, it said, be positive. Trust me, there is no human being in the world who has not tasted failures. 121 unicorns yesterday, 30 billion market cap of Baiju. Today, it's less than $1 billion. You think that's not a failure? It is a failure. But do you think 1 billion is less money? Do you think that Baiju cannot be reconstructed? Do you think Baiju cannot rise from those ashes? The reality is if the positivity is there, exponential thinking is there, and alternate thinking is there. That's the third word I said, alternate thinking. That means do not talk about only the constraints, think of different ways of doing it. I mean, all of us know a leadership is all about creating a vision and finding different paths to execute. I am very confident when you have to answer that question to your parent, what do you want to be? Be bold, be very, very experimental. If you make one wrong choice, it is not the end of the road. There's always the next road. There's always a new opportunity. I am confident you will all become the next TEDx speakers. You all have the confidence, you have the competence, and more importantly, you have a leading lights like Alka Kapoor who can coach you to dream big. Thank you.